Welcome to East Alabama Today, featuring topics, events, and interesting people from all over East Alabama. Hosted by Carl Brady. Now, let's get right to the show. Here's Carl Brady.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into East Alabama Today. I'm Carl Brady. Thank you for being with us on today's program. As always, we'll get you started off with a little contact information, let you know what's going on and how you can get in touch with me to let me know what's going on in your community and in your neck of the woods. First off, the best thing to do is to send me an email, cbrady@tv24.tv. Send me information about the things that are going on in your community, fairs, festivals, special events, things like that. Or if you want to come in and talk about your organization, your church group, your community organization, those kind of things, nonprofits, that kind of stuff, just let me know by sending me an email, cbrady@tv24.tv. Now, you guys are our eyes and ears out on the street. You're the way we know what's going on in the 9-county coverage area, so feel free to send me all the information you have about the things happening in your community. And I also want to know about the interesting people who live in your community. Maybe you know someone who's a writer, an artist, or a musician. Maybe they have an odd or an interesting hobby and you think they would make a great guest for the program. That's exactly who we want to know about. So send me their information as well. Again, the email address is cbrady@tv24.tv. And remember that you can always go back and watch previous episodes of East Alabama Today now on our website at tv24.tv. Go to the on-demand section, and there you will see a whole list of shows. Click on East Alabama Today, and you'll find several shows from the last few months that you can watch at your convenience on your computer, your laptop, your tablet, however you want to watch them at your convenience. We'll be back in just a moment with today's show, so stay around. Hello and welcome back into East Alabama Today. I'm Carl Brady, and my guest today is Marie Johnson from the Family Success Center of Etowah County that's located in Gadsden. And Marie, always great to have you on. You know, we're friends outside of our business
That's
relationship,
right.
So we end up sitting here talking for about all kinds of stuff for a long time. So this may be one of those kind of show. There may be a few rabbits chased as we get going, but that's okay. It makes it makes it easy to do a show together. But it's been a while since we've had you on, so there's a couple of things we want to talk about with the Family Success Center. And we'll get to Mardi Gras Magic in just a moment. That's one thing that's a big fundraiser event coming up in February. But just give us a little bit of an overview, since it's been so long since we've talked on the show about the Family Success Center. Give us the basics of what you guys are all about.
The bottom line is the Family Success Center is a family resource center, and our whole purpose is to strengthen families. If we have mom and dad strong, if we have whoever's raising that child with the strength that they need, that child is better off. And so the well-being of the child is our whole purpose. And there are about 12 programs under roof, everything from financial stability to mental health to counseling to maternity programs to classes, relationship classes, all kinds of things, all focusing on how we can strengthen families in Etowah County. And that's the whole purpose of why we're there.
And it's, as you said, all under one roof, all these different programs that all point in the same direction, and things you don't really think of until you start studying the Family Success Center and looking into what you guys do. And it's amazing all of the different aspects that go into making a strong, successful family. You're not leaving, if there's a family that needs something to solidify that family relationship, you guys have it. And there are things you never think about, like the financial aspect and those kind of things. It's more than just a parenting class or more than just an anti-abuse campaign that you see PSAs on the radio and TV about telling people don't abuse your kids. There are lots of things that go into that relationship that you guys work on.
I tell everyone when we talk about how things work, I said, you know, sometimes mom and dad are fighting over who squeezed the toothpaste, and it can be that simple, but the overlying issue usually is finances. We know that the biggest fights, and it increases child abuse, it increases domestic violence. If you can't pay the bills and there are financial worries that are ongoing, that is the biggest issue in terms of abuse in a lot of different directions. So that's one of the reasons we're very proud to have a financial stability person there at the center. I tell everyone, that's a big word that says she's going to sit there and help you with your bills.
Yeah.
We're going to put your bills on the table. You're going to meet one-on-one and put a plan together, a plan that you can see will work. That's the biggest deal. I think for a lot of years, we sat there and we said, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to do whatever.
But nobody ever taught you how to do it.
No one gave you the skills or the tools to do that. And then also, we're the support system. Try a couple of weeks. If there's still a hitch, then you're going to be back in there and we're going to talk about it in another couple of weeks and we'll figure out another way. And we may have asked you to go talk to someone for financial assistance. That's not what we do. And if there weren't funds, then you need to be back with us. So it's a process. Many families are not banked. They don't use banks. They don't trust banks. There are steps to getting you stable. A lot of times we just need to clean your credit report up. If you down the road 4 or 5 years want to buy a house, we need to get you moving in that direction.
Right.
And so there's very basic steps that say, how do we pay the power bill? How do we pay the rent? We don't need a flat screen with our return from our tax. Right now we're really, really trying to work with folks that will get some earned income tax credit or child credit, whatever you want to call it, back and let them understand that can be a year of rent. Go ahead and pay that in advance.
Yeah.
Pay 6 months rent, pay 6 months power bill. They would love to have that stuff in advance. Things that you know are your bills. So don't spend it on things that are not necessary. That won't make any difference. What makes a difference is you have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
That you have food on your table.
And you've got the comfort of knowing that bill's paid already or taken care of, or that you can pay the bill. As you said, I think a lot of the stress, a lot of abuse or anger, things like that, comes from the stress of not knowing if that bill's going to be paid next, or lying to your landlord or to that creditor or somebody, and it just builds up and builds up. And all of us, we feel that if we know when that bill gets paid and there's a little bit extra at the end of the payday, we all feel better, no matter what level of income that you have. But it's about budgeting. It's about planning where that money is going to go.
And I told a client the other day, if your rent's already paid in advance and you have a flat tire, you have something go wrong with your car, you're going to have that money to make that happen so that you don't lose your job. You're out 2 or 3 days. Many job levels, that's the end of your job if you can't get there for 2 or 3 days. So we want to be sure that you've got that flex money for, I call them hiccups, but they are hiccups. It's not an issue that's an every month thing, but your car can die. It can have a fuel pump. It can have a flat tire. It can have a lot of things. That totally throws your whole family income out if you can't go to work.
Yeah.
So if that rent is paid in advance, those things are paid in advance, then that's not the end of your world that month. You're not trying to juggle. So that's what we want you to do. We want you just to be stable, to be able to pay the basic bills, to feed your children, to buy them a pair of shoes if they need to. I had a child in there the other day that I looked down and the tennis shoe was cut out from like the end of the laces out. And I said, why? Is there something wrong with their toes or something? The shoes are so little, the only way they can get them on is for me to cut the ends out of them. This is how a lot of people live.
Right.
And that just, of course, needless to say, y'all know they had tennis shoes that afternoon. But, those are things that families make choices every day. And we really want to eliminate that choice. We want you to have the basic things. And again, that's the reason Family Resource Centers were developed years ago. We've been open since 2001, and we've been in the new building since 2006. That whole complex is built and designed to have as many things in one location, with a new DHR, with a new health department, child development center, the Berry Center's there, food bank is in that block, there's playgrounds, there's water parks. That's all there so that families can come in. Transit station, we've got a trolley stop in the back. So access is huge for anybody, that needs transportation. So those things are all there, making it easier for you to have access to a lot of services in one location.
Yeah, absolutely. And these services that you guys offer, like the financial planning, the financial services, you don't charge anything for those. These are free services, and because that can be a detriment or a scary part to it as well. If you're already limited on your resources, and then you think, I've got to have some help, but okay, a CPA is going to cost me a ton of my money just to tell me how to save my money, or how to spend my money safely or correctly. But you guys don't charge for these services, so people should feel free to come in and talk to one of the counselors.
That's exactly right. And then the other thing that we're getting ready to do that we do every year is work with Save First Tax Prep, and it's interns, college kids, and whatever that are very well trained on income tax. And if you make below $50,000 a year, you can come have your taxes prepared for nothing. And you just need to come to the center. They'll start at the middle of January and run for a couple of months. But we don't want anyone, and I have CPAs on my board, and they cringe when I say this, but we don't want you to pay out half of what you're going to get back in that fee, or an advance pay fee, which sounds really good that you get your money that day, but they take 20% of it or whatever.
Exactly.
So we want you to have every dollar to take care of your family. We don't want you to pay them for having those done. And RSVP is a partner with us, and they do tax prep, and so we kind of have two avenues with it. But we really want you to tap into the services that will get those done for nothing for you.
We need to take a commercial break, so let's do that right now. We'll be back in just a moment to talk more about the Family Success Center, so stay with us. Welcome back in as we continue talking about the Family Success Center of Etowah County. Marie Johnson is my guest, and we spent a lot of time talking about the financial program, but you guys have one that I'm familiar with as well, the Alabama Healthy Marriage and Relationship Education Initiative of helping mom and dad work on their relationship so that they have a safer home environment, more stable home environment for the kids.
That's right, and it's a wonderful program. We have been part of this federal grant, which is through Auburn University. It's a federal to Auburn as a research component, and we've just been granted it for another 5 years, so that's cool. So it has several programs. It has a step families program. It has a how not to marry a jerk or jerkette, because sometimes we make bad choices, okay? And so it involves about 6 curriculums that are taught. All those classes are free. It really helps you to learn how to communicate, how to do nice, sweet things that sometimes you might not think about. It can be very basic. If I say, honey, I hope you have a great day, how does that make you feel? You're loving it. Instead of saying, well, just going to work, and that's my example, but it's very different. So a lot of times it's just stopping to think and being taught those skills to build your relationship. And like I said, the Step Families curriculum, you're raising children together. You may not be together. That's fine. That's your choice as an adult. Child doesn't have a choice. Child's being raised by 2 parents. So, it teaches them to communicate even if their relationship's not in the best shape.
All of these programs, as we've talked about 2 of them, and there's 12 that are being offered, you have to have funding for that. So you get grants, you have outside funding, donations, things like that. But you also have Mardi Gras Magic as one of your ways of funding the Family Success Center. And that's coming up on February the 6th in Gadsden, a big Mardi Gras party. So tell us about that.
It's time to party. And Mardi Gras early this year. So I said we've barely gotten out of Christmas and we're already into Mardi Gras. But it is the large fundraiser for us every year. And we've made some changes this year. We've moved it to 210 on the Tracks, which is the new location downtown. We have a new band coming in called M80s, which is from Birmingham, and so that's a new band, and just changing the slant a little bit.
M80s, they're going to be playing with 80s rock.
It's 80s rock, but then mixed in with other stuff.
That could be pretty cool.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal, and they have played here before, and several, have talked about how much they enjoyed them. So we're really glad to have them coming in. Fish Market does our catering, which of course is a fantastic dinner mixed with Cajun and all of that, as well as real food for those who don't like the spicy. So you have a little bit of everything. It's a BYOB event, but just lots of fun games. You can vote for Queen and vote for King and make your husband the king if that's what you want to do. And just do some fun games during the evening. But mainly it's a wonderful Mardi Gras party. And again, it raises, I say we have to have money to open the doors. We got a power bill and a big old phone bill just like you do at home sometimes. Mine's bigger, but still that's the way it is. So it takes fundraisers like this. We're a United Way agency, and that is our backbone. And then again, a lot of grants and things like you mentioned. But we have to have these fundraisers to do extra things and to have the dollars to help families like we need to. You know, these programs, we may get a grant, but we also have match money that we have to match to get that grant. So that's where these things come into play.
The Mardi Gras Magic Party, how do you get tickets in advance? Costumes, things like that too? You're doing costumes?
We would prefer that you wear anything Mardi Gras or just dress up. It's just a fun dress up evening. Tickets are available at the center, so you can drop by there and pick them up. You can call me. Tables of 8 can be reserved, and tables are going fast. I just got an updated list this morning, so we've got some great sponsors this year. Coca-Cola, there's a whole wonderful list of sponsors this year, and we're thrilled to have them on board to help with the cost for the event. You know, again, everything comes down to that. But a great party, and we're hoping we're going to have about 550 to 600. That our normal is around 400 to 450 at least. So it's always a really good, nice party. So come and enjoy it. Come and know that your dollar is going to a great cause to help these programs maneuver in this community and help families. We see over 10,000 folks a year through the center. So I say numbers are great, but numbers have faces and names and all of that. But with our school-based programs and our other educational programs, as well as who we see in the front door, we'll total over 10,000. So that's a lot of folks.
That is a lot of folks. And in addition to the 12 programs that you house, you guys work very closely with other agencies around town as well, especially like Success by Six and United Cerebral Palsy, and then some of the other agencies around. Talk about those relationships and how those relationships, even if it's not housed at the Family Success Center, you can help people get access to some of those.
And one of the biggest things I say, our strength is that we do have those partners. You know, we have all the United Way partner agencies. We are not a funding source. You know, we're there to help you and support you and teach you and help you get through those bumps. But we rely on the other agencies in this town that are funding sources to help our clients. And, you know, we call them, we make those contacts, we be sure that, you know, we're sure that you get to the right person because many times that's a lot of it. We let you know what hours they're open and when they're there. So our relationships with the agencies, that's been our strength because we do a great job of what we do, but then we have to hand you off to others if there's financial needs and things, because that's not what we do. We're there to help you get to the right folks.
For a comprehensive look at what you guys do, because there's just no way we can go through all of the 12 different programs here in just a short time that we have together. You guys have your website, family-success.org.
Correct.
You can go to the website and there's links on there and information about all the different programs, from the maternity program for young mothers who find themselves getting ready to have a baby and scared to death and not really sure what to expect.
That's exactly right. We will see 800 to 1,000 new moms in there with the Medicaid program. So that just gives you an idea. That's just how many babies we're seeing every year, on top of everything else. Legal services, all the educational programs. Second Chance Domestic Violence Center is housed there. If you're in a domestic violence issue, that's who you need to call. They're the ones that take care of Etowah County. All the relationship, we have the child abuse prevention program that goes into the schools. We'll see about 5,300 students every school year to say to them, this is not right. We talked about that a minute ago. You know, normal's what goes on in your home every day till somebody shows you something different. Education or example. So it's really important that we go in beginning at kindergarten to say this is a good thing and this is a bad thing, and you need to know the difference. So that's a huge program to me. I want those children protected. But we have the financial person, we have the substance abuse counsel housed with us, the Lions Club Eye Clinic, United Cerebral Palsy. All of those things are under roof. So just let us know what you need. If we don't do it, we will definitely find you someone that will.
Yeah, very good. Now let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a moment to wrap things up here on East Alabama Today. Well, time to wrap things up here on East Alabama today. We've been talking about the Family Success Center of Etowah County in Gadsden. And talk about your location. We didn't mention the location. How can people find you?
We are at 821 East Broad Street, and most everyone knows where the new health department is. If you come past the health department, we're in the Robert W. Eccles building right at the dead end of Huck Street. And if you're a local, it's where the old Owens department store used to be. So I always tell everybody, if you're a local, you know, when they call for directions, I say, if you're a local, I can tell you exactly where we are. Right. So we are in that location. So very easy to find, very easy access. Absolutely.
And again, the website is family-success.org. Phone number?
256-547-6888.
And always somebody nice to answer the phone.
That's
and,
right.
And point you in the right direction. Well, Marie, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Always great to have you on. And folks, it's always great to have you with us as well. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you again next time.